Hey everybody, Verzana here with MMORPG.com. We're playing some Guild Wars 2 beta. As you can see, just starting up a new character with this new build in the closed beta test. In the third closed beta test, we've got the Asura and the Sylvari to tinker around with. So I'm just really quickly creating a character for an Asura character since we haven't played them before, and then hop right into it. If you have any questions, feel free to just ask away in the chat box. I'll do my best to answer them. Or if you have your own opinions, or if you're playing the game, let us know. So I'm choosing to play an Azuran Ranger. Let's see what this Moa bird. Nice. This will be our little Azuran Ranger. I tried to make them as tall as they can be, which is probably like 3 feet, with the biggest ears. And let's give him a Moa companion. Dignity, sure, why not? I'm a member of the College of Synergetics. Awesome. My first invention was a golem converter or infinity ball. I created a golem. Sure. Let's see if this name is taken.
I am Asura. I personify genius. My ancestors were driven from the
Alright,
blood
let's
of the
skip this
earth.
so no spoilers for anyone who's planning to play the game like myself. It's always the trick with betas is knowing how much to play, because I feel like I've played so much of the other classes and other races. I don't want to spoil the actual game for myself, so I've been trying to just play as a generalist and try all these things at very low levels without getting really deep into the game, because definitely want to save that for the game experience at launch. So alright, let's see what we got here. I'm gonna have to change my key bindings for sure.
This is what comes from sloppy craftsmanship.
Do what I'm asking you. Okay. What else we got? We need jump. And... ooh, swap weapons would be helpful. And closest target. Alright, we're good to go. So this is the Azura starting area. Your guess is as good as mine what this is going to be like. I haven't played through this before, and none of us have. Well, only very few of us have, I should say. Love the Asura from the original games, and been reading a lot about them in the Guild Wars fiction. Yes, I've been reading the fiction. Oh, I need to change my key binding for interact as well. Yes, I've been reading the books, and been reading a lot about the Asura. Pretty neat. Let's see, where did they put interact? It's wherever F is. There we go. Good. Alright, so let's see what the adventure is about, shall we?
You there. Get over here and fix this.
Why do I have to do everything? Yeah. Okay, so most of you probably already know how the game works from looking at previews or even playing the game yourselves, but in case you don't, it plays very much like a traditional MMO with some very key um, differences in the way that the quests are presented, or let's say there actually aren't quests. It's more of a dynamic event system, and the skill system works much differently than you'd find in a traditional MMO. So ArenaNet is really taking the traditional MMO model to task with changing a lot of things. The first one has to do with these skills that are at the bottom of my screen here. Love to know why this sound is doubling up. Okay, so for example, the right now I have these three skills, 1 through 3, equipped, and that's because of the type of weapon that I have equipped right at this time. So right now they've given me a dull hatchet, so that's what I'm using right now. But over time, I can get and equip different weapons like a sword or a longbow or a short bow, axe, dagger, great sword, and as a ranger in my offhand, I can have a torch or a war horn, and then there are underwater weapons. So these first 3 slots are for whatever I have in my main hand. So right now, as a ratchet, I can use ricochet to bounce my axe off multiple foes. That's basically like an auto attack. Um, and then I can unlock this next skill, which is split blade, simply by using the hatchet, and then eventually Winter's Bite. And when I get a weapon to put in my offhand, or if I use a two-handed weapon, I can then unlock these 2 skills here at the bottom, 4 and 5. Now 6 through 10, or 6 through 0, are different skills that have to do with these slot skills. So the first one is a healing skill, which right now I have heal as 1, which is heal myself and my pet, the Moa. And then I have these 3 utility skills, and then eventually I'll get an elite skill to unlock. So so right now, other than my main objective of go and figure out what's going on here, I'm trying to unlock as much of this as I can so that I can use these um, more differentiated skills. At the same time, each class has these function keys that will work differently depending on the class. So right now, it has to do with the MOA that I have. This is my pet bar. If I equip a different kind of pet, it's going to have different skills than what's up here in this pet bar. But if I play an elementalist or a warrior, these are going to be completely different skills specific to that class. So it's kind of cool. Offers a lot of variety, and it's very modular. I mean, you can switch out your weapons at any time if you want to take a new approach. If you say want to tank rather than doing ranged combat, you can do that, which is pretty cool. And in addition to that, the combat is much more fluid than what you find in a traditional MMO. There's a little bit of dodging, a little bit of um, getting out of the way of area effect spells, which is kind of cool. Um, and yeah, so that's one of the major ways that it differentiates itself. And of course, we'll talk a lot more about different ways that it differentiates itself. But yeah, I really like the combat. So let's see what we're doing here. Am I supposed to attack this thing or leave it alone? Why not?
Don't panic. This is just a temporary setback. What is your predicament?
I really like these sort of watercolor looking
It's pure
vignettes where they
chaos
talk
out
about
here. Unacceptable. What's going on?
what's going on.
Just what it looks like. These golems have gone mad. Zojja suspects someone tampered with them. And by someone, she...
All right,
Zojja's
I'm gonna skip through this so that we don't spoil anything for anyone, myself included.
Move along.
I tell you what, the Asura are so, they're like so ugly, they're cute. I really like ugly dogs like pugs because they're so cute, and that's what Asura remind me of. Look at him. That's a handsome man. Alright, get to the chopper. There's something they changed in between the betas. I think for the last stress test a couple weeks ago, they moved this mini-map into the bottom right corner and had it become square rather than a circular one that was up here. And I kind of like it. It's grown on me. It changes the look and feel a bit. Just kind of taking down this. I think this is Radosum or nearabouts. Um, the center of Asuran civilization. Pretty rad and technomancy heavy. So another thing that I think you'll notice in the stream and also playing the game is that Guild Wars 2 takes a very different approach to adventuring than many other traditional MMOs in that at first glance it may look like, you know, okay, I recognize this screen, I recognize the skills at the bottom, even if they're different with combat, as we mentioned. But there's no traditional questing outside of these story quests that the game offers you to keep you on a particular path. This quest particularly, because we're just in the tutorial area, is trying to get me to go somewhere and do something. But otherwise, when we get out into the more open areas, the game consists of dynamic events and NPCs that basically are just hanging out. And when you enter their area, they have a series of tasks that they want you to do. They have a series of tasks that they want you to do, and the more that you do them, the more sort of faction where am I going here?
I bet anything the Inquest are behind this. Villainous
You're basically filling a progress bar within that area with that faction or with that NPC. And once you do that, you can move on to the next area, or there may be a dynamic event that happens within the area that'll say, oh, kill this number of people, or do this, gather this number of things, or whatever. Or things more fun, like transform into this creature and protect this person, or whatever, or fight off this horde of mobs. So it's really more dynamic, and it's more than just running to a bunch of quest givers in a hub, gathering a bunch of quests, going out and killing 10 mobs, and then coming back. There's a lot more interactivity than that. So destroy the hostile golems. I don't see any, so...
Gamma directional polarity reversed. The gate works both ways again. Mr. Sparkles, to me, let's pay a visit to whomever decided to complicate my day so we can ruin theirs.
And she brought friends.
Teo? Oh, for a second there I thought someone dangerous was behind this.
Oh, spare me.
Oh, they're so evil.
It's true. I'm not dangerous.
And Imperious.
Here,
Ah.
let them show you what dangerous really means. Why don't all of you...
So this character Zoja, as you'll find if you
I have damage.
read the Guild Wars fiction, is in one of the novels, which is kind of cool. Makes you feel rewarded for actually being such a nerd.
When will you plebs learn? Don't mess with the Inquest.
So another cool thing is you might notice is that there's some other player characters around here, and pretty much everywhere except for your own story instances. I think unless you bring people along with you, you can adventure as you like and take on events or do different things. And other players can be around you and help or not help as they like, and there's no downside for helping people out. There's no downside for cooperating, and you don't even have to be in a group to do so. You can just be wandering around, join some people to fight off some event, and then come back um, and do your own thing. So it's really
You're looking a little wonky
You
here.
won?
Did that
it's really
scare you?
rewarding.
I'm inviting another guest to your victory party.
Looks like the guest of honor has arrived. Let's take it down.
We have to fight that thing? Bring it on. Prototype X. Ooh, that's not good. So here's another thing that they've introduced with Guild Wars 2 is a downed mode, so you don't just get taken out immediately. If you go below 0 hit points, you go into this down mode, which allows you to try and get back into the fight by taking out your opponent or healing yourself or doing other things. Um, Clearly outmatched by this Prototype X. But who cares? I didn't have much to do with that victory, but I'll take it. Alright. Asura. So excited.
Hey, it's you again.
Alright, I'm going to skip through this so we don't spoil it.
Not a
Great. Awesome. Love it.